Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. It is episode number 19 of Career Mode. Hope you guys are doing well. Good to see you. Today returning with the second episode of Season 3. Of course, as we know, Sunderland in Europe this season, and we're starting off with that as well. Lots to get through today, the remainder of the summer window. Only one signing so far. I'm sure we'll make some more. Big games in the Premier League on the back of our decent start. 1 win and 1 draw. But this is how we kick it off. The fixture list being given to us for the Conference League phase, where the board have asked us to win it this season. That's my target as well. Now, we're starting off with Samsunspor. Then we've got FCSB, formerly known as Steaua Bucharest from Romania. Victoria Pilsen away. Hibs away in Edinburgh. Looking forward to that one there. And our final two are away against Rio Ave in Portugal and FC Utrecht as well. Yeah, the board have asked to win this competition this season, and that's definitely my target too. You know, that might be the first time I'm ever going to take on Hibernian in career mode. I don't remember ever facing them before. I'm looking forward to that, man. But anyway, before we get there, more games of the Premier League starting with this. Our third and our second away day of the campaign. Bournemouth, FA Cup winners, of course, won it last year. Away at the Vitality as we go for our first win on the road this season and a really good start to the campaign. 7 points taken from a possible 9. 3 points here, please. Come on, the Black Cats. Start to the game. They're still tied at 0-0. And there's Cliver. Pops it out wide to Remain. Cherries looking for their first chance. Again, FA Cup winners last year. FA Cup winners. And they taken our Europa League spot. Yeah, I got beef with these guys because of that, because I wanted to be in Europa League this year, but never mind. As Cherry's going to slide it through to Siddiqui, who's robbed by Ryan Christie, to be fair. They've looked a better team in the early stages here. I'm struggling to get out of my half, let alone get close to their area. I mean, Adley shoots just over the bar. This is poor. I really wish I could do YouTube full time again. Like, I just can't commit as much time to it as I could do before. But if I could, I would definitely up the half length to 6, 7, hell, even 8 minutes. Thinking about it, I wouldn't be against it, because this game would play so much better on longer half lengths. But in order for me to play the game, edit the episodes, upload the videos, do the comments, do the sharing, whatever else, I just can't commit as much time. But yeah, I really hope that this year I have a great year on YouTube, because I really want to go back to doing it full time. And not only that, brilliant build up that though, and a Dingra smacks in the opener. I'd love to be able to start doing double uploads during the week as well as on the weekends too. But for Adingra, it is the opener. He's first of the season, Sunderland in front. That's a great team goal. And finally, we have the breakthrough on the South Coast. Took a while to get going, but got there in the end. If I tend to play, we're still currently leading by 1. As things stand, it's going to be our first away victory. Back-to-back wins, back-to-back clean sheets. And to be fair, you know, we talked last season about the defence and how good we were. It is worth pointing out, we have got a really... Oh, for Tawu. Oh, for Tawu. Oh, for Tawu. Oh... We've got a really good defence. Like, genuinely really good. I'm not... Who am I giving instructions to there? But it's like a Pep Guardiola meme when he's... Who am I talking to? We've got a really, really good team, man. So I'm not surprised we are defending as well as we are. Corner for Sunderland. Whipped in. Robbie heads home. And that is the dagger. I got a comment in the last episode saying, Docs, you got to use the outswinging corners, man. Don't use the in-swingers. Use the outswingers. They are far more effective. You are so right. Back in the day, it was always in-swing towards that edge of the 6-yard area. Now... the comments are right. Outswingers cause the keepers a lot more problems. Robbie heads in off the bar. That's going to do it. And it will be our first away win of the season. Great performance in the second half. And so as deadline day is here, again, 80 million in the budget. Great start to the season. We don't have to make a signing, obviously, but I think I probably will pick someone up. I'm going to advance a couple hours in the calendar and see if we get any offers for our players, because I'm really shocked. Like, genuinely, we have not had a single offer for any of our important starters. We've got now 7 hours to go. No bids are coming in, and it's just bizarre, because like I can't understand it. Like, these are really good players, and granted, you know, none of them are out of contract coming the end of the season, so no chance to get snapped up on a cheap deal. But you know, look at Mukiele, for example, our best defender, 29 years old. You know, still not that bad. 2 years left on his deal. No bids coming in. You know, you look at, for example, Diarra's the best example. 23 years old, approaching the prime of his career right now. 35 grand a week. He's about to become 83 overall. And I still have not a single bid come in for the guy yet. I'm so tempted just to renew the contract and say they all seem settled here. Let's keep them. Let's keep the band together. But it's just a surprise. Yep, 6 hours to go, no bids. About to be 5 hours to go, no bids. So what I would want from EA is for them to look at this and say, right, we need to do something about this, because we've seen the big shock, I suppose, in the saves so far is when Palace went down and Balde still there. I mean, this is a championship side that last year missed out on the playoffs, and he's still there. So, as I said before with EA, I'll praise them when they deserve it. Unexpected events feature this year, really cool. Manager market, decent start, could be improved upon, but still nice little cool feature to our managers changing. But things like this, it's just strange, and they've got to work on it for sure. When it comes down to realism, like I said before, I really want to bring Mark in, man. I can only do my best, but when things like this happen, they're out of my control. There's nothing I can do, man, seriously. One thing I've lost the scout report and Ahmad. I saw before deadline day it was 84 overall. I know everyone wants me to bring back Ahmad. I've seen the comments, guys, I know, but I'm just not sure I can do it this season. Maybe next if we do become a Europa League team. But I have said this season, now that we're in Europe, we need those 4 homegrown players. So far we got 3. So with that being the case, I'm going to bring one back. Tom Watson, who scored the winning goal in the Championship playoff final for 2 years ago. Last year, for Sunderland. Moved on to Brighton in the summer. But there, he's not had much game time. Brighton last year only just finished above the bottom 3. And as a squad winger, I think he'd be a really good replacement for Mundell, who's leaving at the end of the season anyway. Let's bring him back. No hard feelings, Tom. To me, as I've said before, realism in career mode doesn't need to be hyper-realistic and completely accurate, because it's a streamlined game mode and you have to have an element of just kind of like sandbox play for those that want to have a more casual experience, but you also do need to cater for a lot of people that do want to play with the realism. So Mundell, as we know, is on the transfer list right now, and I'm going to give him to Brighton in exchange for Watson. They're the same overall, but Tom is, of course, a few years younger. Should soften the transfer fee, and with Remain out of contract coming the end of the season, this would work fine. They don't want it. They want Mayenda. That's interesting. No, I like Mayenda. I think he's pretty decent. So in that case, I'll say, how about Wilson instead? He's the top scorer for Sunderland in real life right now. But of course, with us, he's not getting the game time due to the excellence of Brian Robbie. So let's go 3.25 million plus a 5.5 mils over the market valuation. You're looking for a striker anyway. You're going to get one. Wilson barely plays now. He's like 3rd choice striker, and I'm going after the one anyway, so I'm fine with that. Yep, with Wilson out of contract come the end of the season, I wasn't going to give him a new deal. Now that he's our 3rd choice striker, so instead of losing him for free, we'll use him as a bargaining chip to get a cheaper deal for a good player. Returning back to Sunderland, scored a winning goal in the Championship playoff final, and now back at the Stadium of Light. Welcome home, Tom Watson. Yeah, I'll take it. 21 years old. I'm surprised he's not got any potential though. That is a bit of a shock. Maybe he's had it sapped out of him through dynamic potential, but he's a really decent talent, man. He's absolutely rapid. He's got a decent end product as well. The bonus is that he's 6'3". And again, at 21 years old, 3 years younger than Mundell, who will be leaving come the end of the season anyway. Yeah, I'm happy with this. And now we've got the 4 homegrown players, by the way. Now we've got the 4. We've got Watson and Neal returning for this year, and the 2 goalkeepers, Young and Patterson, are both homegrown as well. Technically, if you want to be a stickler for the rules, Young wouldn't count because he's sub 21, so wouldn't need to be registered, but it's not even a rule in career mode, so we might as well be a bit flexible with it. So that's the 4 now. That's the 4. And yeah, Watson return. That's a decent squad we're coming in there. So 4 hours to go. That might do it. We're keeping the band together. We're still not getting any bids whatsoever for the lads. Which is it's just so frustrating, because it's like I just can't do any more other than put them on the transfer list, and I don't want to do that because it wouldn't feel right. Like, why would we be transfer listing some of our star players? And I got a comment in the season finale saying that hopefully Diarra in particular does move on. I agree. I agree, mate. Genuinely, I think that these players should be now looking at going to bigger clubs and playing Champions League football. But there's, again, aside from actually transfer listing them, there's like nothing I can do. Like Mukiele, for example, last year, brilliant, 29 in the prime of his career, and it's like, not a single bid has come in since the save began yet. And considering our defensive record, you would assume, with 2 years left in his deal, someone would put an offer in, but I I mean, should I start? Do you know, that's a question for you guys today. Should I start transfer listing these players? You know, should I start putting these guys on the transfer list? Because ultimately, it's the only... Okay, so now I've got interest from Lazio, but not a bid has come in yet. So that's my question to you guys today. Should I start transfer listing my star players in order to get bids? Because at the moment, whilst you might notice some interest there, I'm not actually getting any offers. So what do you guys think? Comment down below. Should I start a transfer listing or just hope that bids start coming in at some point? And I think I'm going to make one more comment before the window shuts. I have had a couple of comments for Josh Achiampong, which is a great shout. If Chelsea weren't going to play him, that would be a good little pickup there. But he's actually moved on to Juventus in this save. And I've lost a scout report. So for now, we'll leave him there in Turin. But my guy, Alex Smith, said a new striker could be Promised David. Not just a great name. It is a great name, isn't it? Another Canadian striker called David. And should be a good backup level. Overall room to go 80+. And right now in the Belgian league for USG, I love the fact he's 6'5", absolutely classic, old school centre forward, 93 strength. You know I love that as well. Going to be an aerial monster for us, and that will make us a threat from set pieces too. Great finishing stat, great heading stat, great shot power stat, and there's a backup coming in for Wilson. Better option, slightly younger. Let's go bring him in. Thank you, Alex. As always, guys, big thank you for your transfer suggestions on the season finale, and really throughout the whole course of the save, really. They've been brilliant. Every single signing, apart from the signing of Watson, has been recommended by you guys. So please do keep the transfer targets coming between every single window. This one recommended by Alex, and mate, we've got your guy, and I must say, I'm really pleased you recommended him because he looks really, really good as a wild card option off the bench, coming in on a 5-year, 50 grand a week deal. A lot more expensive than I was thinking, but I'll take it. Welcome to the Stadium of Light. Promise David, yeah, 6'5", in the prime of his career right now. He's got the strength, he's got the height. And, you know, when things aren't working, we talked about it before, you need something different. Well, this guy is definitely a different option with those physical stats. And the finishing stat, the heading, the shot power, very good indeed. This, to me, looks like a brilliant backup striker for Brian Brobby, and still getting better as well. So that's it. Deadline day is going to come to an end, and again, shocked. Absolutely shocked. You know that fry meme? I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked. I'm so surprised we haven't had any bids for our star players, but it's something EA will need to work on, and let's hope they do in time. But the top deals on deadline day, Moise Kean joins Man City for £64.9 million. Quenda, who's one of the best young prospects in European football in the game, has joined Barca for £63.9 million, and Samu, the big Spanish international, I was going to say Portuguese, Spanish international, leaves Porto to join Aston Villa for £58 million. And that is it. Deadline day comes to an end, and I have to say it was a surprisingly quiet window for us, all things considered. But when you look at the team, the most important thing was keeping the core together. It's exactly what we've done, but not through contract extensions, not through gritted teeth, but because no bids came in. Which again, I just don't know how to feel about it. Really, all I'll say is this: I just hope, really hope that for next year. Well, I should say next year. EA, the year's just started. For the next patch, EA work on this, because how we didn't get a single bid for the likes of, again, Diarra, Mukiele, Roofs, Adingra, Robbie Fatawi, just a bit of a shock. And the big one, of course, Adam Wharton. So EA, please, you said you're listening this year, so prove it. Please work on this. Right, following game, let's jump into it. Still more games to come today, and hopefully more wins in the Premier League as well. Next up, newly promoted Wolves, back in the big time, coming to the Stadium of Light. Decent start for the Black Cats, 2 wins and a draw in their first 3 games. But as we said in the last episode against Leeds, these are the games that have to be bankers if we are to take the next step, finish in the top 5, and maybe be an outside shot at a top 4 place as well. Wolves, back in the Premier League at the Stadium of Light. You also might have noticed this season that my manager avatar has lost the top knot. He's had a haircut. So basically it was Monday morning and I woke up and so my hair had gotten quite long to the point where I could only just fit it in a top knot, but it didn't feel right. It was at that kind of awkward stage, you know. And I woke up on Monday morning and I had a busy weekend doing the quad, and I had work at 9, and I woke up and I was just so tired, and I was like, I cannot be bothered. So I was almost swore that I cannot be bothered to get in the shower, wash my hair, condition it, style it before work. And I just thought, as soon as I get home, literally as soon as I get home, I'm going to the barbers and I'm getting it cut. I'm fed up with it now. I've always thought, to be fair, I do suit shorter hair better than longer hair. Some guys can rock long hair brilliantly. Others like me, it's not terrible, but it's not the best. I've always suited more of a shorter style. Maybe a little longer than I have it right now, but a bit of a quiff at the front. Slight pompadour fade. And yeah, Monday was the last straw for me. It's Fatawu just about gets the opening goal and puts Sunderland in front. I'm back to classic. It's prime Docs for the haircut, I'd say. And for Fatawu, he's hitting his prime right now. He's on fire. Yep, Fatawu is hitting his stride now. There's no doubt about that. He's entering his peak now. At 82 overall, 23, I think. I think he's due to turn 24 during the season. So coming into his prime years as a winger. And yeah, he's a player. He's a player. I got a comment saying, please don't sell Fatawu. Like, believe me, I want to keep him here for the entire save, man. I really like the guy. Of course, he was recommended. Our first signing of the save, recommended by you guys as well. Like pretty much all of our signings so far. But again, I'm expecting, and we should be expecting a bid from a bigger club at some point. But for now, he stays here. He's loved here. And he's got the opening goal for his second of the year as well. As we still lead by 1. There's his pass will find Siddiqui. There's Adam Wharton. As we'll slow it down. Really well done. Excellently done. What a oh, I was going to say, what a wonderful goal from Sunderland. Brilliant short passing around the edge, waiting for that opening, found it, just couldn't squeeze it on target from Siddiqui. Another successful shutout from Sunderland for our third clean sheet and win in a row. And it is now 10 points taken from a possible 12 to start the season off. Europa League is what the board are targeting. Europa League is what I'm targeting. But top 4, outside shot of Champions League place, it's definitely on our radar. Right, following game, jumping into it Tuesday night, Derby County away, Pride Park, EFL Cup. This season, it is our lowest priority by quite some distance because we're in Europe as well. So I'd like to go far in it, of course, but I'm going to field a backup side in every single round unless we get to the final 4. Derby County away, the first round we enter. Second half just beginning, still tied at 0-0. The Carabao Cup, while still a major honour, is definitely my lowest priority this year. If I was ranking the competitions in... Oh, what a finish that is into the bottom corner. In list of importance, it will go Carabao Cup dead last. Because whilst it is a qualifier for European competition, it's Conference League and not Europa League. And of course, we finished in a Conference League spot last season, technically Europa League. So I don't see us finishing any lower than 7th this year in the Premier League. I think we're too good for that now to be dropping out of Europe. So whilst I'd love to end Sunderland's long wait for a major honour, promises through for a debut goal, takes his time and belts it home for the instant leveller. I'd rather win the Conference League than the Carabao Cup because the Conference League is a qualifier for the Europa League, and it would of course be Sunderland's first ever European honour in club history as well. Then the FA Cup, and then of course the Premier League, because what it would do for us to be able to finish top 4. That is the dream come the end of the season. Even so, no chances in the first half, and then 6 after the restart, 2 goals. 1-1, back on level terms instantly. It's nice to get a goal conceded as well, considering how... Oh, David could be through there. Not really known for his pace, but great hold. Oh, brilliant hold-up play. Mundell. Can he finish? Oh, off the post. And the Rams will get it away. Starting to get some more chances as this second half gets underway. Still playing some good football, but still tied 1-1 for now. And that is going to do it. Decent second half, that. Really decent second half. 2 goals. We hit the woodwork as well. But it will be penalties to see who makes the next round of Carabao Cup. Let's see if the backup brigade can hold their nerve. So I'm probably going to leave things as they are. When it's the Carabao Cup and I don't really care, sometimes I do something, you know, just for a bit of fun, basically. But you know what, it would be nice still to get through. So let's go with what we got. I put Watson in there, though, for number 5, because his finishing stat is good. Basically, with the penalty and the finishing stat, like, I don't think you should ever discredit the finishing stat. Like, the penalty stat is the most important thing. But, like, for example, Mundell and Aoichi here, it's like... they've got the same penalty stat, but Mun's got the better finishing stat, so you might as well put him up there for a slightly better chance of scoring. But here we go, penalties, and it'll be Carlton Morris to take the first against Anthony Patterson. And he scores. Thomas David, who scored on his debut for the club. I'm going to that same corner, top left, and he will score despite the keeper going the right way. And it's Ryan Brewster, Champions League winner, next up for the Rams. Oh, and he blazes it way off target. And I must say, I've noticed this year as well that the AI now do hit the penalties a bit more off target more frequently, as Harrison Burrows gives us the lead. In previous FCs, they would never, and I mean literally never, miss the target. On very rare occasions, they might hit the woodwork. Oh, but it's 2 in a row. It's 2 in a row. But I think EA might need to tone it down slightly. My ender to give us a 2-goal cushion doesn't. Yeah, I think there's some great tweaks this year from EA, as that one's right in the top corner. There's a couple of things they might want to tone down or tone up based on what it is. Next up, Enzo Lafay, the handy squad player, saved, and it's still 2-2. It's been 4 penalty misses. 50% of the penalties have been missed, and that means that the Rams can restore the lead, which they don't. We've seen more penalty misses than penalty goals, and it means that Watson, brought back in, can send us through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. Not really that fast, but let's see if we can do it. It's Tom into the bottom corner, does it. Al Fox is the keeper, and that is that. Back at the Stadium of Light, sending us through at Pride Park. Sunderland into the next round. And with a few ties being played next week, we'll find out who we've got before our final game today against Spurs, because we'll squeeze in 2 more, and the penultimate one will be away in West London. Brentford struggling right now in the bottom 3 under Keith Andrews. Really tough beginning to the campaign for them, but for us, the informed team right now, 3 wins in a row in the Premier League, and now going for our 4th straight, and a victory that could send us top of the table. Our final 2 games, first one against Brentford away. How are the lads? Sunderland definitely have to be in the Europa League next year. That is our minimum expectation. And don't get me wrong, I do feel as though Conference League, another year of it, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world as Vandenberg heads just wide. The one thing we can't afford to do is take steps backwards. If we stay where we are, that's totally fine. We can't take steps backwards. I think it would be a real miss for us not to be playing Europa League football next season. We should be playing it this year. Had Bournemouth not won the FA Cup, we would be. But this team is too good not to be in Europa League, in my opinion. It's a solid team. It's a young team. It's still getting better. It's a nice build-up, this. Very nicely done. Oh, wonderful. Oh, and Siddiqui fires wide. Yeah, I think if we're not playing at a bare minimum Europa League next season, we've let ourselves down. This is too good of a team not to be playing in Europe's silver competition, in my opinion. Champions League as well. Like, I don't see why we can't qualify for it for next year. We'll be outsiders, don't get me wrong, but there's no reason why we couldn't. As Brentford come forward again. They're looking good early doors here. Roos makes the save. Trey knocks it back into play. That was supposed to be a clearance, and in the end it dropped to Ouattara, who couldn't squeeze it into that far corner. It's one of those where you press the square button on PlayStation, a lob pass button, and because the ball isn't technically in your possession, the player goes for a slide tackle when the ball's actually in a 50-50 zone. Even so, still 0-0. Got away with that one. And a very good start to the game here. Both teams looking good early. 0-0 for now. And Diarra denied what would have been the opener. Getting chances early, but still 0-0 for now. Again, I'm going to go with the outswinger here. For Tar, we just got an assist recently. Can he get another one from a corner? Whipped in. Lucharel's header just over. How is it still 0-0? Final chance at the half. I'm on the sideline saying to the 4th official, are you sure we shouldn't be having half-time break yet? Because we're deep into the stoppage time. As Damsgaard finds a bit of space. There's Roger. There's the opener. 5 minutes into the half-time stoppage time period, Mr. 4th official. Really? I can imagine a 4th official repeating the same word to me on the sidelines as we were walking down the tunnel. Doxy, you call yourself a football fan, son? It's a minimum of X additional minutes of stoppage time. Minimum. It can play for as long as the referee wants over the allocated minutes, so long as the minimum amount has been played. That's fair. They are right on our area as well. I'm just trying to cause a bit of controversy as Frank Onyeka finds Damsgaard. Quick 1-2. The Bees looking for a double. Entering the second half. It is Ouattara. It's the ex-Cherry denied by Roofs. And it remains at 1-0 for now. And the Bees might be in the bottom three. They're not playing like it. This has been probably the toughest game of the season so far. As that header is in for the second. How they're in the bottom three, I don't know. This has been an incredibly tricky evening. And the West London side are 2 goals up, and deservedly so. Well, that is a disappointing game. And a disappointing way for our undefeated start to end, man. Seriously. First half, I had a couple of decent chances, but in the second half, once I went 2-0 down, I kind of just didn't get it going after that. It was almost like a kind of accepted defeat. That kind of lack of resilience is not going to get you in Europe again, Doxy boy. You've got to be better than that, so that was poor. And as we've just been drawn against Arsenal away in the last 16 of the Carabao Cup, I'm pretty sure our progress will be ending there. Following game, speaking of North London clubs, back at the Stadium Light, we're taking on Spurs. Decent start for them, the only undefeated side in the division right now, with 3 wins in their first 5 games. And on the back of that very disappointing loss there away in West London, let's try and bounce back here at home. Our final game today, Tottenham Hotspur. Heading into this, looking for a big 3 points and to stay undefeated and 100% at home. How are the lads? I will say this though. Nice to concede a couple of goals as Kudus looks to make us concede another one, and he does, and that's what we want to see a bit more of as well. More direct play from the AI, more aggressiveness, willingness to take me on, get closer to the area, take more risks, and ultimately get more goals, as opposed to being sideways passing for too long during the games. Better. And the former West Ham and Ajax man gives Spurs the early lead, and after a brilliant start from the Black Cats, now we are starting to slow down. Trey slides it through to Fatawu. Robbie, excellent hold up. Diarra, oh, should have had the level, and again I've missed a brilliant chance going through to get ourselves a goal. Still 1-0 down for now. There, Kulusevski. Now Wilson with Van der Ven on the overlap down left hand side. Now, if Spurs get... Whoa. Right. Now, what we've been talking about in the course of this save is that we have a different kind of play style, but as I've been saying, if the situation befits using pace, we've got to use it. Wonderful from Fatawu. It's an incredible goal. Absolutely brilliant from Abdul. And that's what I mean. The vast majority of the times we're going to play very slow, heavy possession, high pass accuracy, straight to feet kind of football. But sometimes if there is a situation which befits using that pace down the wing, I don't think it's wrong to go for it. It's what we've done there. And when you've got the wingers like we do, we should at least consider it. It's an amazing goal from Abdul. He's already scored 2 contenders for the goal of the season this season. That is definitely up there. Fancy footwork, explosive skills, sensational finish. Second half underway, still currently... Oh, Talby. Wharton. Donkey? Sorry, I had to do it. Burrows down the left-hand side, slips it in. It's Wharton, it's Talby, it's brilliant football. It's wonderful. I would have done it again. Dogs, you are a donkey. How many... Oh, the flag's up for offside anyway. How many times, though, do you have a brilliant passing move and you absolutely... Oh, no, it was onside. It was the rebound. Do you miss the chance for a wonderful team goal? It's so frustrating. Work on your finishing, son. It's been a good game, this, though, to be fair. And as Pedro Porro gets in a bit of a mix-up, Talby keeps it in play. And, of all the players to miss-hit the pass. 10 to play, still tied at 1-1. I do see someone winning this as well, but it could go either way. It's been a good, that's great football. It's been a good, these are the games we want to see, though, man. This is what I want you to. I want you to watch the game here that I've played and say, now this is what the fans want, man. It's been good passing as Madison shots blocked by Lucharel. It's a bit awkward, but he does enough initially as Matthias Tell wins it back. There's been good chances. There's been aggressiveness in the play, willingness to get more opportunities, but still, again, really good passing, moving. But the appropriate amount of risks taken as well. Is there going to be a winner? Yes, there is! Come on! Wonderful goal! Fatawu's on fire, and Sunderland have won it right at the death. limbs at the Stadium of Light. Massive wins to inflict Spurs' first loss on them in the campaign, and a brilliant way for us to snatch it at the death. What a game. What a game. And again, EA, you said you're listening this year. These are the games that people want to play, man. That was so fun to play. Even if we would have lost it, I wouldn't have been complaining. That was a brilliant game, but a brilliant ending and a fantastic way to close out the episode. Thank you for watching, guys. That'll do it. Much love to you all. Enjoy your day. Oh, what a great start to the season this has been, man. Seriously, absolutely loving this. I'll be back in the next one with our first games in Europe, our first Conference League games. The Carabao Cup against Arsenal away, which will do very well to get through, and more games in the Premier League, aiming to extend what has been a really decent run as we're still 100% home. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.